Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Students, now in this video we are discussing cyclic photophosphorylation, and most of the portion we will discuss on the chemiosmotic hypothesis. So means in continuation to the previous video, we are discussing the cyclic photophosphorylation. Okay, next one, after completion of cyclic photophosphorylation, we will have the information of chemiosmotic hypothesis. Now let us start cyclic photophosphorylation. Once you observe the side heading, cyclic photophosphorylation. Phosphorylation means preparation of ATP, the production of ATP with the help of photo. Photo means light, means with the help of light. Suppose if the ATP molecules are going to be synthesized, photophosphorylation we will call. Now here the cyclic photophosphorylation means here when the electrons are cycled, or when the electrons are transported in a cycle manner, so at the time we are observing the preparation of ATP. So that is a point. Now here let us now when only PS1 is a functional. One more time, when only PS1 is a functional. So thereby, based on this particular point, we can understand in a cyclic photophosphorylation, out of two photosystems, one is a photosystem 1 and a photosystem 2. In cyclic photophosphorylation, only one photosystem is functional, that is photosystem 1. So now when only photosystem 1 is a functional, the electron is circulated within the photosystem, and the phosphorylation occurs due to the cyclic flow of electrons. So means here electrons which will be flow, or electrons which will flow from the one place to another place in circle manner. Okay, so means here when the electrons are translocating from one place to another place, at the time by the process of phosphorylation, ATP molecules are generated. Now a possible location where this could be happening in the stroma lamellae. So means here one possible location, sir, here what is the exact location to study the cyclic photophosphorylation, sir, means our answer must be stroma lamellae. Stroma lamellae means, did you remember? So grana, so group of grana is connected by the stroma lamellae. Did you remember? So structure of chlorophyll, structure of chloroplast. So there we will see the presence of, or the label of stroma lamellae. So in the stroma lamellae, now what we can observe? Cyclic photophosphorylation process we will notice. So while the membrane or the lamellae of the grana have both photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Already I told you. Now suppose if we take the grana membrane, so if we take the membrane or the lamella of grana have both photosystem 1 and photosystem 2, I told you in the first point, that only now we discussed. But in case of stroma lamellae only, in a stroma lamellae only, what we will observe? Photosystem 1 we will observe, and what we could not see means So stroma lamellae membrane, lack of photosystem 2 as well as NADP reductase enzyme. So means here in non-cyclic electron transport we have seen the formation of NADPH. Formation of NADPH, how sir it will be formed means it will be formed with the help of NADP reductase enzyme. So means for the formation of NADPH, definitely there is a need of an enzyme known as NADP reductase enzyme. NADP reductase. So thereby here in stroma lamellae, place marandu vendama. Stroma lamellae is nothing but the connection link between the two grana. One more time, what is the connection link is there between the two grana? That particular link or the connection place we are taking as stroma lamellae. Now this particular stroma lamellae membrane, so lack means absent, lack of PS2 as well as NADP reductase enzyme. So thereby when here there is no, in stroma lamella there is no involvement of PS2 and there is no the presence of NADP reductase enzyme. So that's why when PS2 is absent, so there is no chance to the oxidation of water, means photolysis of water we see no. So there here the in a cyclic photophosphorylation there is no chance to the presence of PS2. So thereby there is no to the process of photooxidation. Photooxidation is not there means, so here there is no involvement of water for liberation of electrons. Later one more NADP reductase enzyme also is absent. NADP reductase enzyme also is absent means, so what is the preparation we could not be seen? NADPH. So here there is no production of NADPH product. So next one, the excited electron does not pass on to the pass on NADP plus, but it is cycled back to the photosystem 1 complex through the electron transport chain. So means when the process of electron transport chain is going on, so once you see what are the excited electrons are there, does not pass on to the NADP plus. So will not go towards the NADP plus, but it will be cycled back to the PS1. So means where the PS1 complex, means where the electrons are started, again finally the electrons are coming back to the PS1 complex through the electron transport chain. So now here when the electrons are cycled, so electrons which are started at the origin point and after completion of electron transport chain, again it has come to the its origin place, means when this particular process we are observing, so one point we have to recollect, that is electrons are not passing towards the NADP place. But in a non-cyclic electron transport, what we have seen, what are the electrons which are started at the PS2, so directly transferred towards the NADP plus. That's why only finally we have seen the formation of NADPH in non-cyclic electron transport. But here in cyclic electron transport, what we are observing, from the PS1 electrons are started and these electrons by covering of electron transport chain, again coming back to the its starting point, but here that's why here the electrons are not moving towards the NADP place. So thereby there is no chance to the formation of NADPH. Sir, if electrons are which are started at the PS1 and moving towards the electron transport chain, at the time sir at least ATP form out, sir, means kandipa no doubt ATP form out. So means here, suppose in previous video we learned assimilatory power means ATP as well as NADPH we learned, but in non-cyclic electron transport ATP mattum formation now, but there is no chance to the formation of NADPH. Okay, now in a cyclic flow here, in cyclic flow, hence result only the synthesis of ATP. So means here we will notice only synthesis of ATP, but not of NADPH plus H plus or NADPH plus H plus. Now cyclic photophosphorylation or cyclic phosphorylation also occurs when only light wavelength beyond 680 nanometers. So means here, so when the cyclic photophosphorylation occurs, only the light wavelength is about, or the light wavelength is beyond the 680 nanometers. அப்படின்னா 680 nanometers மேலே தான் இருக்குன்னா so definitely so what is a kind of photo system is operable or is a functional, that is PS1 only will be functional beyond the 680 nanometers light wavelength. So thereby here what is the thing, so the wavelength or the light wavelength beyond 680 nanometers are the available for excitation of electrons. So then only we can understand one point, in a cyclic photophosphorylation only there is the involvement of photosystem 1 and there is no involvement of photosystem 2. Okay, so this is these are all main important points which we can be discussed related to the cyclic photophosphorylation. My dear students, one more time paathukonga enna ipo in cyclic photophosphorylation no problem at all, definitely ATP formation takes place, but the problem is there with the formation of NADPH. Why? Because already we have seen there is no involvement of PS2 and there is no chance to the presence of NADP reductase enzyme. So due to the absence of these two main important factors in cyclic photophosphorylation, no chance to the formation of NADPH. So and here the cyclic photophosphorylation occurs in the stroma lamellae. Stroma lamellae is nothing but we learned already the connection link which is present between the two grana. Grana is nothing but a group of thylakoids, no. So that is the point mainly we can focus on cyclic photophosphorylation. Now let us see the information of chemiosmotic hypothesis. So chemiosmotic hypothesis, before start to give the information, so once let us focus on the diagram. So based on the diagram, if you understand the diagram at least, suppose if you understand the diagram at least, so very clearly, so whatever may be the question, let them give related to the chemiosmotic hypothesis, very easily we can give answer. Okay, now let us focus on the diagram once. இப்போ அம்மா இது பார்த்தா சார் இது என்ன சார் மீன்ஸ், இப்போது இது ஒன்று தைலகாய்டம்மா, இது என்னென்னா இது எல்லாமே இப்போது ஒன்று சின்ன சின்ன சாக்கலைக் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ஸ் விச் வி கேன் பி சீன் நோ இன் கிரானா. இப்போது குரூப் ஆஃப் தைலகாய்ட்ஸ் ஆர் நோன் as கிரானானோ. இப்போ ஒன்று தைலகாய்டு தான், ஒன்று தைலகாய்டே ரொம்ப பெரிய டயக்ராம் வி ட்ரான் ஹியர். பார்த்தீங்க இது எல்லாமே ஒன்று லேயர் தான், ஒன்று மெம்பரேன். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி இது 1 by 1 இங்கே ஒன்று likewise there are so many number of thylakoids comes together and form a grana, but here for our convenience to study just we took only one thylakoid. இது எல்லாமே ஒன்று தைலகாய்டு தான், பட் டயக்ராம் மட்டும் ரொம்ப பெரிய டயக்ராம் விடுறான், அவ்வளோதான். ஓகே, இப்போ பார்த்தா உள்ளே லூமென் எம்டி ஸ்பேஸ். What is the empty space which is present in the lumen or which is present in the thylakoid is known as lumen. One more time, empty space which is present inside of the thylakoid is known as lumen. Okay, lumen, L-U-M-A-N. Already lumen we have seen in anatomy of plants also. So the empty space which is present in the xylem and phloem members we see no. Actually phloem members nalli irukadu, xylem members nalli we see no. Why? Because xylem members are dead no. So due to the absence of cytoplasm, there empty space only no. We called it as lumen. Did you remember? Adida. Likewise, empty space even in present in the thylakoid also we are taking as lumen. Okay, ipo within the lumen what is the process taking place means, ipo paathama oxidation of water. Oxidation of water means enna sir easy sollu sir means அது nothing but photolysis of water or splitting of water. In previous video we see no, adi process we see no, the splitting of water process occurs in the within the thylakoid membrane. Likewise we see இப்போ within the thylakoid membrane, இப்போ இது thylakoid membrane உள்ளேனா இதுதானா within the thylakoid membrane இதுதான் place. இப்போ இங்கே we will notice the oxidation or the photolysis of water. இப்போ பார்த்தீங்க water தண்ணி, so it is going to be oxidized, so thereby 2 electrons plus 2 protons and half O2 is produced. Amma, I told you no, suppose if you take one water molecule, half of the O2 molecule only will be formed and if you take 2 molecules of water, appo mattum one oxygen, one complete oxygen form avum. Marandu venda, try to save in your mind. Uppu, what is happening with the help of light? With the help of light, here the light is initially absorbed by the photosystem 2. The light is absorbed by the photosystem 2. Now here what is happening? When the light is absorbed by the photosystem 2, no, in the presence of light, water molecules are going to be oxidized. Oxidized, so thereby 2 electrons are formed and 2 protons also are formed. இங்கே ஒன் பாயிண்ட் மறந்து வேண்டாம் என்னென்னா, சப்போஸ் ஹியர் இங்கே பார்த்து இங்கே எலக்ட்ரான் இங்கே போய் ஃபைனலி ஸோ தட் வில் கோ அண்ட் இன்வால்வ்ஸ் இன் தி ஃபார்மேஷன் ஆஃப் NADPH. இப்போது ஒன் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் பாயிண்ட் என்னென்னா, when one electron is going like this one by one through the membrane, so along with the one electron, now we have to assume the presence of 2 protons. இது மறந்து வேண்டாம். Means one electron is equal to, or one electron it can carry 2 protons. One electron along with the electron 2 protons also will be carried, or 2 protons also will go along with the electron. Ipo paatha here 2 electrons are there, so thereby how many number of protons will go along with the 2 electrons? How many number of protons will go along with the 2 electrons? 4 protons only, no? So now here what is happening, when the electrons are going, first of all it will go towards the PQ cycle. PQ cycle is nothing but plastoquinone cycle. Name mattum difficult, but process ellame easy da. Plastoquinone cycle. Once the electrons are passed to the plastoquinone cycle, now marinda venda along with the electrons, what are the protons are there, no? That's why in the presence of protons, now PQ by receiving the protons from the stroma. இப்போ பார்த்து ஒரு டைம் கீழே வாங்க. இப்போது இது thylakoid membrane. Thylakoid membrane வெளி stroma only, no, is present. Stroma means where the process of dark reaction takes place. Already we seen, this is stroma. This is stroma da veli. Okay, now here the protons are there. Now the protons which are coming from the stroma 2 and entering into the PQ cycle. So thereby ipo inga nalla paathukinga, PQ by receiving the 2 protons now converted into PQH2. Ipo one electron is going through this cycle. At the time one electron is going on means, so definitely 2 protons it will take and go, no? At the time 2 protons which are coming from the stroma added to the PQ cycle, that's why PQ is now it is converted into PQH2. Idu paathama inga PQH2. Okay, sir, if PQH2 protons are added here, then what is happening means, so here 2 protons are there, no? 2 protons at the cytochrome B6 and F, again it comes into the lumen. This orange color H plus is there, no? It has come from the stroma. This stroma region, H pluses are there. When the electron is passing through the PQ cycle, 2 protons from the stroma 2 entered into the lumen of the thylakoid. Now later the electron, now it has been reached to the cytochrome B6 and cytochrome F. Later again it is moving towards the PC. PC is nothing but plastocyanin. It is one kind of mobile carrier. So what it will do means, so it will go here and there. This plastocyanin is, no, it will go there, it takes the electrons and it will take by bringing of these electrons, convert these electrons to the PS1. So means this ange poi electron eduthu inge poi discharge panni povum. So likewise here the PC plastocyanin also helps in carrying of electrons. So from the cytochrome 2 to PS1. Okay, so now here what is happening now in this particular case, now the finally electrons are coming towards the PS1, means it operates P700 nanometers wavelength of light. Okay, now up to here one time paathukalam. First of all, water molecules are splitted, so thereby 2 electrons and 2 protons plus half OT is formed. Now the electrons, so which are passing from the PS2 to PQ cycle, from the PQ cycle to cytochrome B6, 6 not appearing, but through my voice you can take clearly, B6 and cytochrome F later, and later electrons are coming towards the plastocyanin, from the plastocyanin to electrons are moving towards the photosystem 1, and from the photosystem to final electron acceptor FD, ferredoxin, and later it will be going towards the FNR, and at that particular place with the help of NADP reductase enzyme, with the help of NADP reductase enzyme, so with the help of NADP reductase enzyme, NADP plus H plus converted into NADPH. Now, one important neat bit. So, what is the location of the NADP reductase enzyme? Means here, so here the NADP reductase enzyme, which is situated outside of the thylakoid membrane. Outside of the thylakoid membrane means the place is nothing but stroma only, no. So, thereby even so thereby NADP reductase enzyme as well as NADP formation takes place outside of the thylakoid membrane. So, means in the stroma. So, means NADP formation as well as the location of the NADPH also is present towards the stroma region. Okay, this is neat bit it is. Later, so from the stroma regions to protons are coming are entering into the lumen, so through the PQ cycle. So, and even here also when the water molecules are going to be splitted, so here H pluses number, here 2 H pluses, and here 2 H pluses are entered. Likewise, when this particular the photolysis of water process is going on, automatically what will happen means within the lumen, so proton gradient or the concentration of the protons will be increased. So, concentration of the protons or the concentration of H plus ions is increased. So, at the time when the H plus ions number is increased more and more in the thylakoid membrane, what is happening? No, within the thylakoid membrane, what is happening? Now, these H plus ions now start to come outside of the thylakoid membrane towards the stroma. So, now how it will come? No, it will come through the one important specialized channel, that is this F0 F1 complex. So, this one F0 F1 complex, this F0. Okay, this F0 okay, this F0 and CF1, F0 and F1 complex. So, in F0 and F1 complex, we will observe the presence of ATP synthase enzyme. Actually, here ulleda write pannano. If I write inside, no, you cannot see that clearly. That's why I have written outside ATP synthase enzyme is present. Ippu paatha ATP synthase enzyme. So the ASE. So here the word it ends with ASE, no, stands for enzyme. So thereby here what is the point? ATP synthase enzyme definitely helps in the synthesis of ATP. The word enzyme name itself giving information, no. What is happening with the help of adenosine diphosphate plus inorganic phosphate? Adenosine diphosphate. Appadana rendu phosphates irukku and pakkathali one inorganic phosphate is there. Now 3 together on the side ATP formation now. So means one ATP is nothing but an adenosine triphosphate. Rendu ATP plus one inorganic phosphate combinedly forms the ATP. So thereby here, so when the protons are coming out, this particular process takes place. When the protons are coming out from the lumen of a thylakoid towards the stroma, so when this particular process is going on, in the presence of this process, so ATP formation process takes place or ATP synthesis process takes place or occurs. Point purida. Ippatha in the side down protons are adding to the stroma, upside protons are entering into the lumen. So means here what are the protons are coming out from the lumen to stroma, and these protons are again helps in the are entered into the lumen from the PQ cycle or plastoquinone cycle. இது protons information பக்கத்துல போட்டு இப்போ electrons now here each and here what are the electrons which are liberated now one by one place எல்லாமே finally comes to the photosystem one again with the help of light now again it will be excited. Okay, so star mark we will keep excited time up. Okay, so finally it is received by the final electron acceptor and later finally it will be reached to the NADP plus H plus. So now here with the help of NADP reductase enzyme now it is going to be converted into NADPH. So likewise so here இப்போ இது பார்த்தம்போது chemiosmotic hypothesis பார்த்தம்போது now here here NADPH is formed as well as ATP also formed. Now these two systems only no. So here ATP as well as NADPH only we are taking them as assimilatory power. We are taking them as assimilatory power and this assimilatory power helps to the process of dark reaction which takes place in the stroma. So now here somewhat continuation information we will have the that information also one time pathikalam. Ipo chemiosmotic hypothesis what is information they have given no. Ipo patham just 5 lines of information is there even that also let us learn. Ipo pathama adenna chemiosmotic hypothesis like respiration or like in respiration. Like in respiration, in photosynthesis too, ATP synthesis is linked to develop a proton gradient across the membrane. So means thereby, if now only we are observing in the process of photosynthesis, ATP synthesis is linked to the development of proton gradient. So means suppose a proton gradient is increased means then only it leads to the synthesis of ATP. But here not only this kind of process occurring in the photosynthesis, that also we will observe even in respiration process. So means ATP formation, the formation of ATP mainly it depends on the maintenance of proton gradient. So that particular proton gradient or the development of a proton gradient we will notice in the photosynthesis and furtherly we will notice even in respiration also. Later this time these are all the membranous thylakoid. Now here where we are studying this time we are studying the increasing of proton gradient across the membrane we are studying in the thylakoid. So in respiration now we will see there. Now there is one difference though here the proton accumulation it is occurs or is towards the inside of the thylakoid membrane known as lumen. So here the proton accumulation that we are observing in the lumen, whereas in respiration protons accumulate in the intermembrane space. Intermembrane space means the space which is present between the outer membrane of the mitochondria and inner membrane of the mitochondria we are calling perimitochondrial space. Did you remember this? So even mitochondria also double membranous only no. So what is the gap which is present between the two membranes we will be taking as perimitochondrial space. Now within the perimitochondrial space we will observe the accumulation of protons. But in case of chloroplast where we have seen the accumulation of thylakoids within the lumen or inside of the thylakoid membrane. Inside of the thylakoid membrane empty space irukku, adu empty space for our subject point of view we are calling as lumen. So thereby in a chloroplast point of view accumulation of protons are taking place in the lumen or within the thylakoid membrane, and whereas accumulation of protons we are noticing in mitochondria where in inner mitochondrial membrane or perimitochondrial space. Okay, now later mitochondria when electrons move through the electron transport chain. Okay, now what are the processes? What are the processes takes place during the activation of electrons and their transport to determine the steps of cause of the proton gradient to develop each and every process in the next video I will give you. So this or 5 or 6 times draw pannikoma. So then only this entire information, so very exactly you can remember in your mind. Okay, it is just like a request only. Suppose when you will get a free time, no, so that time one or twice, no, just practice it. So this entire diagram directly I have taken from the NCERT textbook only. Suppose while watching this video, suppose if you are facing to draw the diagram, so by taking the help of NCERT textbook, you can draw this for a few times, so thereby it will be familiar to you. Okay, so thank you and be safe at home.